that's the hand signal. So this is the hand signal if you wanted to turn a corner. It's attached to a little wire in here, goes over by the steering wheel. When you're going to turn the corner, you raise that up.
Several car-themed reality TV shows restore old, run-down cars to flip them for a profit. But there's only one show that shows the viewers the process of searching, restoring, and selling the vehicle without the addition of drama among cast members. That reality TV show is Chasing Classic Cars, and it's so well loved because of its sincerity. It's a show that reminds the viewers that sometimes things can either go well or poorly for each restoration. Chasing Classic Cars is hosted by Wayne Carini, a car aficionado born into a family of car restorers. Wayne has spent most of his life around cars. Wayne was fortunate to have been born into an affluent family. However, he has made a name for himself in the classic car scene, and he diversified into different businesses, including hosting a reality show, among other things. Join us as we reveal just how rich Wayne Carini from Chasing Classic Cars is.
If you look at modern cars today, for instance, like Mercedes and Audis, they all now have that lower back end that sort of looks like this. Really cool.
Before diving into how rich Wayne Carini is, we must delve into details about his family, especially his father, Bob Carini. Bob never got to be as famous as his son before he passed away in 2016. However, without him, Wayne would have been an unrecognized art teacher in some school in the United States. Bob Carini was a big shot in the car industry like his son, Wayne. He even received an illustrious Lifetime Achievement Award from the Antique Automobile Club of America. Bob is best described as a true representative of the greatest generation. Aside from that, he is also a World War II veteran. He received a Purple Heart following an injury during service, and after the war, he returned home to focus on restoring cars. Bob owned and operated Continental Auto in Glastonbury until he retired. He taught Wayne every aspect of car restoration, which included cleaning, sanding, and pounding metal into shape. After school, the young Wayne would report to his father's shop to work on cars. By the time Wayne was in the 3rd grade, he could single-handedly take apart the engine of a Ford Model A and put it back together. Bob instilled in Wayne an education about classic cars and the importance of hard work. Wayne disclosed that while he worked for his father, he wasn't doing it for free. He was earning at least 25 cents and as much as 50 cents per hour. By the time he was 10, Bob was handing Wayne bigger responsibilities, putting him in charge of guarding the vehicles they worked on so nobody touched them. Wayne spent his entire childhood working for Bob, but their relationship was a bit strained initially because of Bob's perfectionism and lack of openness about receiving critiques. Despite early grievances, Bob knew how to have fun with his kid, and the father-son duo would spend weekends traveling to car shows to show off their project vehicles. Wayne usually had the most fun at these meetups, remembering the family events, the games, picnic lunches, and the races that car owners enjoyed. However, the highlight of Wayne's childhood that defined his career path happened during a family vacation in 1960. During the vacation, Wayne got a ride in a 1960 Rosso Chiaro Ferrari 250 SWB, one of the best cars you could have at that time. After that ride, Wayne fell in love with Ferraris. Seeing his son's love for the prancing horse brand, Bob would occasionally take him to Ferrari showrooms so they could admire the cars. When Wayne became more interested in Ferraris, rumors say that Bob Carini pulled some strings to get his son mentored by Ferrari experts like Luigi Chinetti Jr. Bob started from scratch. He grew up on a farm in the 1920s and only got to see a few cars in his youth. His father worked in a quarry instead of choosing to work in the automobile industry, which was just on its baby legs at the time. Bob's career path as a car restorer remained a pipe dream until a neighbor permitted him to work on 3 defunct Ford Model A's. After Bob got them working, he was given the cars, and due to that experience, he fell in love with cars. Bob taught Wayne everything he knew about cars, but instead of letting him start from scratch as he did, he decided to boost Wayne's career by giving him half of the family's business. This generous gift set Wayne Carini on the path to fame and wealth in the automotive industry. Wayne Carini has grown the half of the business that was gifted to him by his father into separate companies. He has F40 Motorsports. This is where the buying and selling deals of cars takes place. The shop buys classic cars, sometimes modern cars, and finds the best clients for them. It also offers financial help from third-party companies for leasing or buying. Wayne only auctions some of the cars he restores. Some of these beauties get added to his personal collection. He doesn't talk about his private car collection, but he is estimated to have around 20 vehicles at any given time. Wayne says he keeps the actual amount of cars he owns under wraps so his wife doesn't get mad at him. F40 Motorsports is a Portland-based shop situated on a 2.5-acre compound. The showroom features unique cars like a rare 2008 Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren convertible, a GT40 race car driven by the legendary racers like Jack Brabham, George Follmer, and Peter Revson. The showroom also features rare Studebakers, 1972 Porsche 911 Coupes, 1961 Cadillacs, and many more. The showroom also features movie cars like the 1949 Buick convertible driven by Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise and the movie Rain Man. He also owns more modern, powerful cars like a Cadillac CTS-V wagon and a Ford Mustang 350R. Each of Wayne's cars boasts a rich history, increasing their value even more. The most expensive cars showcased and sold by Wayne through F40 Motorsports are the Shelby Cobra US RRC from 1964. It sold for over $1 million at auction. That is followed by a Stutz Series K Bearcat that sold for $600,000. Aside from F40 Motorsports, Wayne also owns and runs Carini Carrozzeria. This aspect of his business focuses on restoring the classic cars that enter Wayne's garage. Continental Auto Ltd. repairs any vehicles in the garage or Wayne's collection. In 2017, Wayne opened another business. This business is centered around a car care product line. The product is called the Carini Collection, and it was developed in conjunction with a brand owned by Wayne's longtime friend, Bob McKee. Wayne also makes money from the reality TV show Chasing Classic Cars. The show was meant to be a documentary, and Wayne wasn't supposed to be paid for appearing on the show, but it got so successful that it would be odd if Wayne weren't compensated for his efforts. To answer the question of how rich Wayne Carini is, his net worth is pegged to around $20 million. Despite such a huge net worth and collection of cars, Wayne's choice as his favorite car is very shocking. Although Wayne prefers Ferrari, his favorite car isn't a Ferrari. Wayne's favorite car is a 1954 Italian Hudson that caught Wayne's attention as far back as the 1960s when he was only a teenager. Wayne could not repurchase the car back then, but kept trying to buy it for almost 4 decades. The Italian Hudson made its way into Wayne's life when it was brought into his father's shop after being partially damaged in an accident. The car was owned by Raymond Robinson, and Wayne kept in touch. Wayne tried to get Raymond to sell the car, but till Raymond died in 1984, he didn't sell the car to Wayne. After his death, the Italian Hudson passed to Raymond's sister, Hazel Robinson, who also refused to part with the car. However, Wayne didn't give up. When he was quizzed about why he didn't settle for another Italian Hudson, he replied that this particular Hudson had a significant history to him, and no other car could replace it. Wayne's perseverance eventually paid off, and Miss Robinson decided to sell the car. While it wasn't his most expensive acquisition, the 1964 Italian Hudson is one of Wayne's most prized possessions. The best part about the car wasn't that Wayne was eventually able to buy the car. The best part was that it inspired chasing classic cars. Wayne's pursuit of the Hudson put him on the New York Times radar. He was featured in a 2006 article, Your First Love and Your Last Love. The article described Wayne's story of how he fell in love with the car at 16 and the fascination that drove him to pursue the car and follow his father's profession. This story was read by Gemma Trotsky, former journalist, owner, and executive producer of SX Television Group. Jim contacted Wayne, and together they concocted the show we all know as Chasing Classic Cars. The show's name is actually inspired by Wayne's pursuit of the Italian Hudson. Chasing Classic Cars premiered in 2008. It's one of the most loved car restoration TV shows and has been viewed in over 100 million homes worldwide.